On December 20th, 1943, the sky over Bremen, Germany, was a frozen hell of flak and fire. Among the hundreds of bombers, one stood out for all the wrong reasons. Ye Old Pub, a B-17 Flying Fortress, had been ripped apart before it even reached its target. Anti-aircraft shells had punched a hole through the nose, killing the oxygen system and freezing the crew in temperatures of -60 degrees. 2 engines were dead. A third was failing. The fuselage was so shredded that the wind screamed through the ribs of the plane like a dying ghost. The pilot, 21-year-old Charlie Brown, was flying on pure adrenaline. He had passed out from oxygen deprivation and woke up just seconds before the plane hit the ground, pulling it up with every ounce of strength he had left. They were alone, limping through enemy territory, and they were defenseless. On the ground, Franz Stigler was fueling his Messerschmitt Bf 109. Stigler was a legend. He was 1 kill away from the Knight's Cross. He heard the low, uneven thrum of a failing American bomber and scrambled into the air. When he caught up to Ye Old Pub, he couldn't believe his eyes. He had never seen a plane still flying in that condition. Through his gun sights, he could see the crew inside, not as targets, but as desperate men. He saw the radio operator slumped over, and the tail gunner's blood painting the shattered glass. Stigler flew so close he could see the terrified faces of the Americans. He remembered the words of his mentor: "You fly by the rules for yourself, not for your enemies. You keep your humanity, or you lose your soul." Stigler didn't pull the trigger. He pulled alongside. For the next 10 minutes, one of the strangest events in military history occurred. A German ace and a crippled American bomber flew wingtip to wingtip. Stigler was shouting, gesturing for the Americans to land in Germany or fly to neutral Sweden. He knew that if they kept heading for England, they would be shot down by the Flak Valley batteries on the coast. Charlie Brown, confused and delirious, ordered his men not to fire. He didn't understand why the German wasn't killing them. Stigler took a massive risk. He positioned his fighter between the bomber and the German ground guns. The crews on the ground saw the German fighter and held their fire, assuming it was a captured plane being escorted back. Stigler was technically committing high treason. One report, one witness, and he would have been executed by his own people. As they reached the open water of the North Sea, Stigler knew he could go no further. He looked at Charlie Brown, offered a sharp military salute, and banked his fighter away. Brown somehow managed to fly that shattered heap across 250 miles of freezing ocean, landing at a base in England with 0 fuel left. When he told his commanders what happened, they were stunned. But the high command gave a direct order: keep it secret. They didn't want the Allied pilots thinking the enemy had a heart. They wanted them to keep hating. Stigler, too, landed back in Germany and never told a soul. For 46 years, the world never knew that for one brief moment, the war had stopped. Decades later, Charlie Brown couldn't shake the memory of the pilot who let him live. In 1986, he began a search that seemed impossible. He published a letter in a combat pilot newsletter, simply asking, "Is the man who did this still alive?" In 1990, he got a reply from Canada. It was Franz Stigler. When they finally met, the two men didn't discuss politics or old grudges. They looked at each other as the only two people on Earth who understood what happened in that sky. Franz told Charlie, "I love you, Charlie." They remained best friends until they died in 2008, within months of each other. They were the enemies who found peace before the world did.